This season has been an absolute whirlwind for the New York Jets. Such high expectations coming into that opening game, and then only 4 or 5 offensive plays later, everything is different. Everything has changed after Aaron Rodgers went down with that Achilles injury. And even though it looks like Aaron Rodgers might do something we've never seen before and be ready to play before the year is up, the Jets have to find a way to stick in the playoffs, to still make this season worth something. And they've had problems at quarterback. Zach Wilson, they tried him out. They rolled him out there time after time. Then they apparently decided he was not the guy. They benched him for Tim Boyle, who looked absolutely terrible. Trevor Siemian came in as the backup in that game for a spark. Well, it looks like once again the Jets are ready to turn to Zach Wilson, but a bunch of reports came out that Zach Wilson might not want the job back, which if that's the case, that would be shocking to a lot of people. For a guy who, fighting for a role, thought he was going to be the backup to Aaron Rodgers, and then gets thrust in the role as a starter. If he was not willing to go back out there and start again, that would be crazy for a professional athlete. But these were the headlines. Zach Wilson reluctant to reclaim Jets' starting role. The Jets exited their Week 13 loss with a new round of uncertainty at the quarterback position. New York is eyeing a move which will put Zach Wilson back in the starter's role, Zach Rosenblatt and Diana Rossini of The Athletic report. However, the pair note that Wilson is reluctant to stepping back in. The former number 2 pick was benched last month. That decision saw Wilson drop to 3rd on the depth chart and appeared to mark a firm end to his playing days. And I imagine it can't be easy, right, for Zach Wilson to, all the expectations, thinking he was going to get a year to be under Aaron Rodgers, put back into that starting position, which he had already failed over the last few years, and all that pressure from the New York media. But at the end of the day, you're a professional athlete. You want this opportunity. You want to seize that opportunity. Well, the Jets have come out and firmly denied these reports. Robert Saleh says, yes, we are moving forward with Zach Wilson, that he was not reluctant to play. And Aaron Rodgers is now going out there and putting not only the media, but whoever might be leaking these stories on blast. Aaron Rodgers pushes Jets to find leaker behind chicken shit Zach Wilson report. And of course, this happens as it so often does on the Pat McAfee show. He started off by talking about how he loves Zach Wilson, how he loves the kid. He sees him grow. He's really young, blah, blah, blah. He thinks he's going to do great. But then he decides to specifically go after not only sources and people in the media, but also whoever may be leaking stuff like this out to the press.
Whoever that person is that thinks it's okay, number one, to talk to anybody like that, I don't understand what you get out of that, number one. But number two, what is your impetus? What is your motivation to try and bury someone like that? And that's a problem with the organization. We need to get to the bottom of whatever this is coming from and put a stop to it privately, because there's no place in a winning culture where, and this is not the only time. There's been a bunch of other.
I didn't notice it now. Just the Tom Brady picture hanging up right behind Aaron Rodgers, and this is pretty funny.
Leaks.
Big city, a lot of reporters.
I get it.
A lot of friends.
I get it. They're not your friends.
No, yeah.
They're not your friends.
Yeah, what? Friends.
They're not your friends. Even if they are, is that really what you want to be about? You want to be about using someone in the media to leak stuff to, in order for what? To get them to put your name out there for a job, or if you're a player, to get you a write-up, something. I think it's chicken shit at its core, and I think it has no place in a winning organization to be a source on, especially not if you're going to assassinate somebody's character, and especially not when it's someone that I really love and care about, like Zach Wilson.
Now, the reporters, especially Diana Rossini, who was involved with publishing this report, they stand by it. They say we have multiple sources, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some truth to the fact that Zach Wilson was a little bit hesitant. Just be like, hey, I'm going to go out there. I've been taking a lot of shit. I've played bad. Then you drop me to 3rd in the depth chart. You don't even think I'm good enough to be backup. Now you want me to come back here and face all that scrutiny again. I wouldn't be shocked if there was some validity to that, but it's certainly not something that the Jets would have wanted to get out there if that is the case, if they're going to go with this guy moving forward. You don't want your quarterback to be put in that type of position, but that's the position the Jets now find themselves in. It has been a roller coaster, but unfortunately for them, there hasn't been many ups. It's been mostly downs this year, and they are desperate to hang on to hope that this season can be salvaged, but most people don't think it's in the cards. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.